Shastrasampate Dhanurudyamya Pandavaha Rishikesham Tada Vakyam Idamaha Mahipate Arjunavacha Senayorubhayormadhye Ratam Sapayamechyuta Yahadetan Nirisheham Yanukamanapasitan Kairmaya Sahayodaryam Asmin Rana Samudyame Yosyamanan Avisheham Yaetetra Samagata Bhartarashtrasya Durbuddhir Yudhe Priya Chikeshava Sanjaya Vacha Evam Mukto Rishikesho Gurakeshena Bharata Senayorubhayormadhye Sthamayitva Rathodhamam Bhishmadrona Pramukhata Sarvesham cha Mahishtam Uvacha Partha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kuruniti Tatra Pashyasitan Partha Pitronatha Pitamahan Acharyan Matulan Bhatrun Putran Pautran Sakhim Shakha Swashuran Suridaschaiva Senayorubhayorapi Tam Samiksha Sa Kaunteya Sarvan Bhadron Apastitau Kripaya Paraya Vishto Vishitam Idamaravi Arjuna Vacha Drishvimam Svajanam Krishna Yuyutsum Samupasitam Siddhanti Mahavatrani Mukham Cha Parishushati Vipaluscha Shariri Romahashascha Jayate Garnivam Shamsate Hastat Tvachaiva Paridayate Nacha Sharnomi Avasthatum Pravati Vacha Me Manah Nimittani Cha Pashyami Viparitani Keshava Nacha. Did you finish 15? Oh, she said to do 15.
Yeah.
Okay. 101. Yeah, so we're on page, we finished 100. Next time we start on 102. He's coming. We have some guests who just came in from Canada, so he's probably meeting with them.
Did Swami Sarvadevananda go back to New York?
He did. Yes.
Oh, it was so good to see him, wasn't it?
That was a great speech.
Yes.
Great talk.
Always
Yeah.
with him, a
Always.
great
It's
speech.
always good. Always good.
He will be back in July.
July,
Oh, good.
after 4th of July.
Okay.
Are going to a retreat?
What will
When
We'll
is
be a
it?
retreat in July the 4th in, how do you call that?
Which
Ridgely.
house? In
Ridgely.
Ridgely, yeah.
No, no,
Sarah
no.
is going there. Sarah Pan is going to Ridgely for the retreat. That's what she told
Every
me.
year she goes on July 4th time. She goes to
But she
Ridgely.
said that he's going to give a retreat there.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
He's going, but she goes every
But she
year.
goes every at that time.
Anya, tell us about the Swami who's coming tomorrow. One friend.
Oh, he's already here.
Yeah,
He came with Parama.
Inter-accounting.
Parama told that someone is coming.
Yes.
Thank you for coming and joining us.
Parama wanted to know when we started the center exactly.
Um,
1930.
huh?
1930, no? The center started?
Yeah, in 30s. It started in 1930s. The Swami Prabhupada, whose picture is
over
here. This house was belonging to one of the Mead sister who used to live in Pasadena. Swami Vivekananda was in upstate New York, Ridgely. So there, suddenly her brother, MacLeod's brother, was sick here and staying in Ridgely Manor here in Pasadena. So he came Miss Blodgett's house, and then saw Swami Vivekananda's big picture. MacLeod was a fan of Vivekananda, and MacLeod is to promote Vivekananda because of his unique message to the West. So when he asked, "Why do you saw this gentleman?" And then she said, "Oh, I saw him in the Chicago Parliament of Religions." And Mrs. Blodgett was present in the Parliament of Religions. But he has a magnetic personality, Swami Vivekananda. But they didn't know after that conference what has happened. And then MacLeod said, "Yes, she's here now. You want to, she's in New York." "Oh, I will be so glad to see. I saw a God-man." When in the Parliament of Religions, all the people were applauding in such a way. 7,000 people stood in and was clapping. So this lady was sitting there. This lady said that, "Man, if you can withstand this onslaught,"
Of women.
women who are all jumping over the seats and trying to touch the gown of Vivekananda, then he said, "I shall call you a God-man." So this is the same man. So she was overwhelmed to, yes, Vivekananda is still there and we can see. So, and MacLeod then invited, and then Swami Vivekananda came, stayed some days with the Blodgett's house, and then at Spencer's house. So different. Those who came to know him one day, they become a follower of Vivekananda because of his unique spiritual strength, purity of character, the depth of spiritual experiences, and all this harmony of religious ideas like that. So that is the way he was starting lecturing here. And these Mead sisters in Pasadena, there are 3 sisters, they invited Swami Vivekananda, "Would you be anytime at our house? I will be honored." So one day suddenly Swami Vivekananda appeared up from Blodgett's house and Splinter's house and others staying here and there. And that is the house where Swami Vivekananda lived quite a time and gave so many talks. And the 3 sisters became a devotee of this Vedanta. And they promoted this Vedanta everywhere then. Then this place was belonging to one of the sisters. It is called the Mead Wycup. Her other name was given, the Sanskrit name was given Sister Lolita. And that was her father's property here, in this property where we are sitting now. And this Swami Prabhupada, this Swami who came from India, maybe in 1930s, this one of these meet sisters, one of the sister Lalita Vaika, she was there and she listened to Prabhupada Swami, and she was very pleased to see the Swami, and he was saying, Swami, we have one ancestral property, so why not you come and make that as a center? So that's the way he came and started the center here. This is the place where Aldous Huxley, Christopher Isherwood, Van Druten, all the world-renowned writers and poets and what you call, uh, uh, and many famous actors, actresses, they all of the, and they gradually then they thought to renounce their life for God. Uh, but it is a Hindu organization. Their parents are thinking that it is going to hell. This is a foreign religion and queer religion. What they are doing, I do not know. So they are very concerned about these children. And when they go home, they are unhappy with this, their attachment to this Vedantic movement and thought. And here also you have no provision where to keep them. So the Swami ultimately started with some monastery and convent. Boys join here and girls also. And that is the first women's convent in the West, as also in the East. East, it came Sarada Mott. It is in the name of the Holy Mother. The second picture, Ramakrishna's next. That is Holy Mother, the divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna. And then that in her name in India, like the monastery in India is called Ramakrishna after the name of Ramakrishna. So it's called Ramakrishna Mutt or Ashrama or mission. And in the name of Holy Mother, organization started. It took long time. Those used to come to Holy Mother itself and got inspired and inspired and inspired. Is to run the schools of Nivedita. Sister Nivedita started a school inspired by Vivekananda and Holy Mother. So though they joined there, but they came much later. 1953, that convent started formally in the name of Holy Mother. That was the centenary year of Holy Mother's birthday. So during that time, that Sarada mission, Sarada Mott was created, whereas this was started much earlier in 1930s. They started coming and ultimately joined here, and like a monk's vows and the vows of celibacy and all these things, they are taken here, and this is the way this organization is going. And during Swami Prabhupananda's time, we call Swami Peace time. Swami Peace time, this center became vibrant most, and then some property came from Trabuco, Orange County, and there was a college started by what is his name? Gerald Hard, for giving Eastern education and meditation, and it continued certain years, and then ultimately he also became very much devoted to Swami P. And then he offered the property and building, etc., meditation place, etc., to this Vedanta. So Trabuco became a branch. Then similarly in Santa Barbara, there was Miss Kellogg, Mr. Kellogg. Mr. Kellogg's property was there, about 40 acres or something like that. That property they wanted to give. But the Swami said, we cannot maintain, where is our money? How you give the property? How shall I maintain? I have no money. Then anyhow, so after long persistence, that became a convent. Swami sent some nuns from here to stay there, and monks used to go towards the beginning to make it usable. And there came a big, beautiful temple, and that's also very vibrant center. And then gradually Pasadena House was accepted, and that also not accepted, it was purchased. Not purchased by us, one great devotee of the Vedanta, of Swami P's devotee, he actually purchased it in his name because they will not sell to the Hindu organization. So it was handed down to one party to other party after mid families left. This building remained the same, but it was handed over. But ultimately purchased and then given to Vedanta Society. So that is the holy place we call for us. We go for every month 1 day. And there is a monk. One monk lives over there. Anyone visits, they can see that. And then these three, an additional one center was started by after Swami P, another Swami came to take charge. The Swami Swahananda Maharaj, which is before me. Swamiji was there, and during his time he added that center in San Diego. So this is the way these 5 centers there's a small history. Small now, we can elaborate it long, but it's in brief, that is the history. So we are reading this Bhakti. Bill, can you sit here? There is a chair that will be, yes. So no, this center is created with much love and devotion and with much of sacrifice by the people who dedicated their whole life. And many of them passed away, some are still living. Now we are, of course, not getting, as in everyone, not much new people are not coming. New people as a monk. To be a monk who has the inspiration to do so much, to give up everything and to join, it's a question of, anyhow, God's work will continue. Okay, now we are reading that we have started reading this Bhakti Ratnavali, this book. This book, actually, it is the collection from the Bhagavat, which is the very holy text of the Hindus. It is a collection of devotional texts mostly, but in Bhagavat there is the text of wisdom, knowledge, and those aspects, devotion, meditation, all aspects have been emphasized in the Hindu culture. All of them are emphasized, but some area, sometimes bhakti is very much emphasized. So this is the book for bhakti we are studying, and we are going through the very beginning, through the what you call the introduction, and this introduction is quite big. And there, in bhakti school, there are 5 stages, we call. You can love God in whatever way. You can love God with different moods and mental attitudes towards the beloved Lord. You can think Him as your child. God is my baby. Baby Krishna. Baby Christ. Like that. What is coming? Take care. So, you add
This one also. This one you can take. You can put it here. No, I'm sitting here.
And then keep an 1 or 2 because they will see, one gets out. And circle again, make the circle little closer to you. এইরকম people will enter.
Yeah, so they can.
Yeah, if you can.
Seat arranger.
If anyone comes, then you can sit. Oh, here is also another. And before you love God, you have to have some relationship to create with God. We call loving God. How to love? And love can be expressed according to this Bhagavat and also Indian tradition. You can love God as your child. God is my baby. I will have to take care. I will have to feed. I will have to bathe. I will have to nurse. If I don't take care, then he will be really, who will look after? Say that type of relationship, as if he is my own and dependent on me, and he is my very, very, very dear. Another relationship is there. God is my mom. God is my dad. God is my friend. God is my husband. That's also Christian mysticism. There is one such school of thought. And in Indian dualistic thinking, Bhakti school, they are also called Madhura Bhava. So another mood is there. God is in everywhere. I love. God is in every plant, trees, human being. And that is the attitude of the monks, to see, feel God, connected with God in that respect. So these are different moods. So we read that as a background in the this Bhagavata text. Krishna has taught that message, and these are little. Bhakti school also has philosophically different depths of it. In English we say love, one word. But in Sanskrit there are many beautiful words which indicate the intensity of the love. How deep is this? How deeper is this? So that's why those terminologies sometimes they push. Sometimes it's called bhakti, prema. These are different. Bhakti is also love. Prema is also love. Shuddha bhakti, Shuddha prema, all these things are said that is there to indicate the intensity and depth and understanding about that bhakti. So that's these are the discussion is going on. I'm in between something, so I can skip something. Not it is too much in discussion. Discussion means if one wants to know really this Veda philosophy of bhakti school, they should learn it. Now let us turn to page 72, where it is said that devotional discipline in the Bhagavata, in this text, and the place of the four yogas. Normally, we know we talk about love for God, but when you meditate on God, do you love God? Yes, you love God, that's why you meditate. When you love God, you know that He is the best, that's why you love. If another parallel object of love comes, we can then renounce that love. We love the highest. No? Among the lovable objects, our love shifts from one object to another. Why? I think this was good, this is better. We run for the better, best, and best. So God is best. How do you know? Then you have to analyze. What is the love? What is the type of peace and joy we get through the objects of this visible universe? And what if I get attracted to the divine and meditate and pray? What type of joy I can get? Compare. and analyze. That is permanent. That joy remains forever. If one practices love for God and you get a touch of that joy, then it remains with you forever. But the joy which you get through the material objects and the senses, it is there for the moment, little joy. And then, like if in a fry pan, little you sprinkle little water, what happens? And immediately it evaporates. And if one is intoxicated in the love of God, as if that love, that joy, that peace abiding, peace never leaves that person. Joy never leaves that person. So this type of analysis is necessary then. Before you love God, you should know that this is the highest. If I can get a glimpse of that, then all the other things what we feel, see, hear, it will be all meaningless. So that's the knowledge. It's called the knowledge, path of knowledge. And whom we love, naturally we think of him. It is called meditation. And if you love somebody, then what will be your feeling? What can I do for him? Isn't it? If you love anyone, spontaneous reaction is what? Service. What can I do? How much can I do? And they're endless. And you don't feel serving him tired. If you have no love, then if you give a glass of water, that's a big thing. You think that nobody thanks me. I gave a glass of water and nobody's honoring that. But if you love someone, you give your whole life, still you think I have not done anything. So this is the action. Action comes. So if love is centered, God is the source of love. If one can love, then all these will come together. He will be thinking of God day and night. He will be analyzing this world. Whatever he see is all a seeming appearance. The love, the presence of God, that is the highest. This analysis, everything is mundane. God is the eternal. That understanding. And then when you go deeper, you see that it is, you forget the world. You go on absorbing into the God consciousness. You dive deep into the deep inner consciousness. That's called meditation. So karma is the action, service. Bhakti, love, devotion. Jnana, the path of analysis and discrimination. What is the highest? And jnana, karma, yoga, meditation. So jnana, knowledge, karma, action, service, yoga, meditation, Raja Yoga or meditation, say sitting quietly thinking of God, and devotion. So they are not separate. You cannot separate out. If you have love, you will serve him. If you serve, you will meditate on him. If you love that, you will meditate. You cannot but meditate. Your mind will go. A boy loves a girl. What happens? They love each other means, oh, I love you, I never think of you. That cannot happen. If you love means you think. And you think intensely. So, one thing brings all this. The four faculties of human mind. We have our emotion. That can be utilized as devotion. We have the analytical brain. We can analyze what is good, what is bad, what is permanent, what is impermanent. That as knowledge, jnana. Then the process of concentration. If you love someone, mind automatically goes there. Other things are rejected. Mind has such a skill. If you love something and really your mind loves that object, then automatically mind has the power to reject other things. It does not think of other. And it has spontaneous power to get out of other things and focus on it. That's called the meditation. And what is left?
Raj Yoga.
Raja Yoga is meditation. Service. Whom you love, you serve. If you love, naturally serve. Or on the opposite way, any way. If you are concentrated in the love of God and you are really getting deep into meditation, when you come out, then what you do? Then you will like to serve that same Lord who is in everywhere. That's the same way you will be totally analyzing God is only my heart and soul. That's why so many saints, and look at their life, the whole world becomes meaningless to them excepting God. In the Christian mystics, Hindu mystics, even Sufi mystics, you look anyone mystic, those who really are holding the religion, spirituality, not the doctrine and dogma, but the religion. There you find that they are totally getting the benefit of all these human emotions, discrimination, concentration, and service. These are the four faculties. So, in Bhagavat, these are the four aspects have been emphasized. And in this recent age, after Ramakrishna and following Holy Mother and the Swami Vivekananda came, he presented this philosophy that no path is independent. You may be more of a bhakti nature. By nature you want to love God. Someone may be little analytical to understand life. What is the end of life? Where do I go? Where do I come from? And is there any permanent reality? And where is that reality? Is it, we call God, someone calls some other name, but is there any ultimate reality? So these are the things they analyze and they go. That is the capacity to separate out things called the path of knowledge. So these inherent tendencies are there. If it is utilized in proper way, Swami Vivekananda said that then it enhances your spiritual growth faster. Or otherwise our spiritual life becomes once a week to go to church. We think that is called religion. How can it be religion if you go only once a week? Say, rest of the 7 days you are thinking of the world, and one time you entering into the church and listening to some sermon, you become spiritual. Yes, it will be like sprinkling the water in the hot pan. Yes, it is, but so little it evaporates. Can we make our spiritual life 24 hours? Every day, 24/7, 365 days, all through the life. Whole life is spiritual. How can it be done? Then you have to take help of these four faculties which God has gifted us. Already gifted. It is with us. Ashok, I cannot see your face. Move right side. Next bench.
Yes, Maharaj.
See? See, so simple. So simple. No. So simple. I can see him now. He was hiding. I'm joking.
He's always hiding.
So this is the point. How we can make our life spiritual. Do you want spirituality? Spirituality is something deeper. It is more than religion. More than going to doctrinal religion or going to church or bowing down or going to temple and saluting and chanting some mantras. No. Offering some flower or putting some candle. This is a symbolic worship. But spirituality is that it should be a part and parcel of my life. God can be made part and parcel of my life. How can it be made? If we imbibe these four faculties, God-gifted faculties, which already with us. You love somebody or something. No one can live in the world without loving something. The object may be different. Everyone analyzes. This is good, this is bad. I like this, I don't like this. This is a analytical mind is there. We have the mind that whom we love. Our mind moves towards that and get absorbed into that thought of him or her. In human life we have. And whom we love, we want to do something for that person. Whatever little thing I can do, I feel joy. That's a sign of love. So if this we have and we are utilizing it in the world for things which are impermanent, can we do it for God which is permanent? Then what will happen? Then I will be eternally connected with that permanent entity which is called God. Then God will be in every breath. We will be God. We will be breath. We are talking yesterday or day before. Then you will feel that you are walking a little cold, your body is feeling the cold, you will feel that God is touching me. You are feeling the heat in the body, it is His heat. Then God becomes everything. You cannot remove God from your life. One place it was where to find God? In hill and dell, in mountain caves, or in deep forest, or in the temple, or in the churches, or in the books, Vedas, Bible, Al-Quran. Swami Vivekananda said, I searched and searched and searched, and I found the resounding sound came. It is not here, not here, not here. And suddenly, one day I found a message came from my heart, and it is said, and I felt, oh Lord, you are here, so near, all the time, every second, holding me, giving me the feeling of your presence, and I was searching you. And with that transformation, what happened? Beautiful transformation. Then Swami Vivekananda said, from that day on, wherever I see you. In hill and dell and mountain cave. First, it was nowhere. God is not here, not here. And now I see God everywhere. In the sun, in the moon, in the stars, in the trees, in the plants, in the human being, in creeks and dales, in rivers, in mountains. Everywhere is such it is God, 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 God. So, this is a research. This is called Vedantic research. And the scriptures help us and indicates us who are not matured to that experience, or it is doubtful to practice that type of spirituality. This is the type of thing we want to bring into our life, that let God be our breath, in every feeling, in every emotion, in every joy, in every suffering. You feel the presence of the Lord. So this chapter will be dealing with that type of 4 yogas, which can be simultaneously practiced. One person may be more of a devotional nature. One may be more of the intellectual nature. One may be more of the active nature of service and other things. One may be meditative nature. Some people like to sit the nature and close and quiet. That may be the nature. But if the 4 faculties are utilized simultaneously in our life, that will give God 24 hours. In your work, you can think of God. In your meditation, you are with God. In loving and offering anything to God, that's also you are with God. So whatever you are doing in the 4, all the times of your life, then you are becoming spiritual. And then 24 hours, if we can think day and night of that, you become God. God means not you cannot create the world or sun and moon. God can create those. But you become God means you attain the nature of God. Love, compassion, holiness, purity will be spontaneously manifested in your life. That is the teaching. So here we see that the devotional discipline in this Bhagavata text is the place, and there is a place of these 4 yogas. What is that? And that is called Jnana Yoga. The 4 yogas are termed like Jnana Yoga, the path of discrimination. Bhakti Yoga, path of love. Bhakti Yoga. Dhyana Yoga is the meditation, path of meditation. And Karma Yoga, the path of selfless service. So these are the 4 faculties which we have, and that has been mentioned in the Bhagavad. These quotations and There are many references of this in the ancient text like this. What in this age Swami Vivekananda revitalized and wanted us to follow so that we can make a quick progress in one life. When you are devotion, you are practicing devotion, and your 24 hours, your practice of devotion will be how long? You have to work, you have to go to office, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to drive. So rest of the time you are minus God. But if you can use those periods also as service to God, then you are with God. So your thinking of God is becoming more broad and broader and broader. And those are having the references in this book. So what he says, what has been discussed till now is the experience of the devotion when it has become deep rooted in the human mind. It is only when devotion is deep rooted, whether it be the Santa type or the Priti type. Priti, that's the different categories of love. These are terminology. Shanta, as I told you, Shanta means he sees God everywhere. Shanta. Like feeling, it is not you are seeing God, but you are thinking, God is in this person, God is in that person, God in the tree, God in the sun, God in the moon. This type of attitude carry and think that it is I am dealing with God, though he's in different costume. The animal cookies look different. Horse, cat, dog, and we may have choice of what I like, but it is all the same material. So ornaments are all different, made of gold, but designs are different. So these are the designs. I have one design, God has made this design, that design, and everyone designed. But made of what? Made of the same element. So it is only when devotion is deep rooted, and that devotion may be whether it be Santa type, that means the seeing God everywhere, the same reality everywhere, or Priti type, affectionate type. Affection means what? God is my father, God is my son, God is my friend, God is my lover. This any type of relationship, that's called the Priti type. That mind will flow naturally and irresistibly towards God, as the Ganges flow to the ocean, as described by the Bhagavad. As all the rivers of the world are rushing. What they are rushing for? They are all rushing to meet the ocean, isn't it? Every creek, every brooks and brook, and the rivers, where they are rushing for? They wanted to meet the infinite ocean, which is the source. We are all throughout our life rushing. For what? We do not know. There is a beautiful poem. Rabindranath Tagore said, like a stream, it does not know. It is rushing. And if you ask the stream, oh stream, why are you so busy? Why not halt a moment? No, I have no time. So from morning till night we have no time. We are rushing for this, rushing for that. One phone call comes, we rush to catch the phone call. Time, busy. Now what for? No time to think about it. Rabindranath Tagore said, as the streams from the mountain falls and rushes unknowingly, for what? To meet the ocean. As the flower in the whole night is waiting to bloom, for whose touch? The morning sun's rays will touch it. But the bird does not know. It is waiting for the sun's rays. Jharna jamon bahire jai, jane na se kahare chai. O Lord, likewise I, temni kore belem jivon dharabe. In the same manner, life after life, I am rushing, not knowing that I want to meet you. I thought I am going to meet this destination. That is not that's a temporary destination. Then getting there, I think, no, I don't want it. I want something else. Then we move and move and move on. ঝর্ণা যেমন বাহিরে যায়, জানে না সে কাহারে চায়, তেমনি করে বেলেম জীবন ধারাবে, সে তো আজকে নয়, সে তো আজকে নয়. When I started my journey, I do not know. Why we are running in the life, we do not know. Why we go to school, why we learn things, why we fight with each other, why we earn money, why we get education, why we love a human being, why we cry, we do not know. All for reaching God, the Absolute, where will be all dissatisfaction vanished. So this is the goal. So, and this, when we read this, then we can make a conscious movement. Unconscious movement, fools run for things they do not know why. Like a fool, I was running. Now reading this book, getting the holy company, we understand, now life has a meaning, life has a purpose, and we are all doing to realize the highest joy, the climax of all joy. I want to grab that. That's the goal of life. And when you understand that, then we search for the methodology. That's why you go to teachers. Ask, oh Lord, oh teacher, please help me. I want to get this freedom from all bondage. I want to be absorbed in my eternal joy and beauty. And I'm running for that only. No other purpose. Money earning is not the goal. Goal is peace. Getting education is not the goal. Out of education, I will be very satisfying, peaceful, happy. Not getting a gold ornament, I am happy. Then no millionaire would have expected to be a billionaire. And no billionaire would have tried to be multi-billionaire. There is no end, it moves on. That means we are searching for infinite. That infinite which you call God. Unlimited, fathomless, limitless, beginningless, endless. That absolute joy. So that is our search, and we are moving. So if we know this, then the result of perfect satisfaction we call God realization. We call holy people. They are the holy people who have realized this truth. And Christs, Buddhas, Ramas, Krishnas, they are the examples before us. Yes, it can be done. I have done. You can do. Our great spiritual teachers dictate that. So, that's why that mind will flow naturally and irresistibly towards God, as the Ganges, meaning the rivers, flows towards ocean. It is the final fruit of devotional discipline, and is therefore called the Para-bhakti or Sadhya bhakti. These are the Sanskrit technological name. Para-bhakti. Para means the supreme. Love supreme. Sadhya. Sadhya means which is attainable, which is to attain. Sadhya means, sadhan is the practice. Sadhya means what I want to attain. This is the attainable goal of our life. As we fix our goals in life, what you want to be? I want to be a doctor. I want to be an engineer. You ask the young children who are going to schools and colleges. But what for? Why you will be a doctor? Then what? No one asks that question further. If you say, I want to be an engineer, okay, why? What next? I will earn money. Okay, next what? What next? Why? You earn money. Then what? I will be rich. Then what? You'll be rich. Then what? People never get questions like that, don't like that. But we are happy with the temporary goal. I will be an engineer. Finish. And then situation comes. What shall I do? What shall I do? Now that's why the students, young students are, after reading 2 years in engineering, they say, I will be a lawyer. See? We do not know what we are asking for and what we want actually. So this is the point. But we are all searching for infinite joy. We are searching for infinite joy, infinite peace, infinite happiness. Everyone, a thief, stealing for the same goal. A murderer, murdering, that's for the same goal. A lover, loving, same goal. A person trying to grab others' money and to be rich, that's the same goal. A person who is becoming a beggar, distributing all his wealth and prosperity for the poor and others, that's also same goal. All searching for one goal. That is called God. In different language, we can use it and explain it. The goal. Language differs, but the goal is the same. It is an end product of a long evolution of the jiva. Jiva means individual soul, extending over several lives. Hindus believe in several lives. That's why we find the difference. One is mad for God, another is mad for creating trouble for others. Is it not? What makes the difference? That's why Hindus believe there are different lives through which you did good action, bad action, and created your own good, bad impressions. So take the responsibility on yourself. Don't put on God. What I am of my past. And what I did, what I thought. If I change my thought, I will be different. That's the Vedanta. Vedanta teaches, don't put all blame to God. As if God is sitting there to punish me. Why He will punish me? If God is all love, why He will punish me? If no punishing, your karma is bringing you. You put your finger in the fire. You may not have understood that time. When you're cooking, sometimes you have. You don't understand. And then afterwards, when you come out, you are so absorbed in your work, you didn't notice even. But is God came here to push your finger into the fire? Blame God? So this is the same thing. It is not to blame anyone, but to our own actions, our own thought. As we think, so we become. You think today I am holy you become. You think ugly you become. If you think of somebody always in a negative way, you see negativity only. Nothing else. Your eyes will be seeing negative. And you become pure in your eyes, you see everywhere. Even ugliness is there. You see the purity there. It is we project our mind interprets the whole world. So how the mind can be purified, this is the way, if we love God and move towards Him. It is the end product of all long evolution of the jiva extending over several lives, the resulting the sedulous practice of preliminary devotion. We start with the preliminary devotion. We go to the church, we kneel down, we pray. It's a preliminary devotion. We go to the temple, we salute, we do the waving of the light, we put incense, we chant some hymns. These are all preliminaries. And this will lead you to something else. So he says, this preliminary devotional disciplines generally described by the term sadhana bhakti. It is called the practicing devotion. Practicing disciplines. And one is pure, which you attain. One is saddha, the goal. Another is the practice, where I am standing. To reach that goal, I am to practice. To purify my mind, I will have to think of God. I will have to meditate on God. I will have to serve God only. But what is the position of our God in normal life? We don't have God's position. Whole day I am working for other, thinking I am done for my mom, dad, my friend, my husband, my wife, my children. You have not done for God then. How can you bring God into the equation? Yes, you have served your husband, but God in the husband. Push it. Just give a boosting. That is bhakti. Bhakti helps us to give this boosting. So that is called the sadhana bhakti, or practicing or disciplinary devotion. And that is also another name, Vaidhi Bhakti. These are all technical names in the preliminary stage, there are different names. Or according to the Bhagavad, second paragraph, all genuine spiritual disciplines are parts of Bhakti Yoga. Any genuine practice is called Bhakti Yoga. So Ramakrishna said, you need not have to chant the mantras. You need not have to chant the mantras in the way the book has written, Sanskrit. You say your simple language, simple heart. God understands all the language. How he language, so many languages in the world. People talk so many languages. How God understands? It's a question, no? There, how many languages in the whole world people speak? Innumerable, thousands maybe. But God understands every. Sri Ramakrishna said, God can listen to the dangling sound of a, what you call the, anklets tied at the feet of a small ant. Understand what he said? God can understand the sound of the dangling sound of an anklet which is tied in at the feet, one of the feet of the ant. He understands every language, whatever, even it is sprouting from here. Language is what? It is a very scientific thing. Language is an expression, no? Some mood is here, some ideas are here, and that idea is getting expressed through the language, is it not? So where the idea comes, idea is in your heart. Idea gets transformed into language. It is in Hindi language one, in English language one, in Spanish language one, in Portuguese language one. These are differentiation when it is coming through the mouth, translated, the same vibration here, same thought, gets so many languages. But if you can go deep into that point where the sound comes from, then you need not have to know the language. That's the same thing, you all know, the children, when the babies, how the mom understands the baby's language. He does not speak Spanish, neither English, neither Italian, he has no language, only he cries. Mother understands that because mother goes to the feeling center. So God is the center of feeling, and he is the support of all feelings and emotions and understanding. So if we can go deep, that's why going deep into our heart for meditation and prayer, touch there, that is God. And he understands all. You need not have to be saying in a sophisticated language. Ramakrishna was very simple, like Christ used to give the example. He said a baby cannot call father, oh dad. Baby cannot say. Baby only makes a noise. Ah, wow, wow. And dad understands that he's calling the dad. Is it not? So God is our dad, God is our mom. If you have the real feeling, but the language is secondary. Language is for us. We don't understand their feeling. We don't go in deep into the feeling. That's why we are satisfied with the language outside.
There are 6,500 languages.
Say Google told already 6,500 languages. 6,500 languages in the world. So God's problem, it would have been a big problem to listen to everyone. Everyone is praying in their mother language or tongue, and you have not probably added to the tribal language.
No, everything. Spoken language, 6,000. Most popular one is Mandarin Chinese.
Oh. Yeah, Google is great help to us nowadays. So, because the Lord has declared that he can be grasped only through bhakti, the devotion, that morality, pursuit of truth, charity, the good in themselves, cannot purify the soul if devoid of devotion, bhakti. and that the gold of the human spirit shines rid of all its dross only when put into the fire of bhakti. And in the school of bhakti school, they emphasize bhakti means devotion. Love God, love God. It has such a purifying power. It will wipe out all the dross, all the dirt and dust from the mind and soul. Then you will see God face to face. That's why Ramakrishna taught us, cry, 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 cry for God. He said, who cries for God? He says, people cry, jar full of tears for worldly gain or worldly loss. No? I love you. You misbehaved with me. I started crying. You cry. Add all the cries and tears in our life. Put it in one. It will be jar full. But what benefit you got? All void. But this one drop you cry for God and see what happens to your heart. What a tremendous joy you feel. What a peace you feel. Undisturbed peace. No? Uma, 5:36. Time to go. So, anyhow, we have read 7-8 lines.
But you taught us a lot, Swamiji.
I don't teach, I learn.
I really enjoy this author, this Swami. That first sentence in the second paragraph is 6.5 lines, one sentence.
In early days, that was the style. They start.
Aurobindo used to write.
Right, one whole page, maybe one line.
One sentence.
One sentence, right.
He's very good.
Thank you for all of your coming. That gave me little inspiration to speak so much. Hey, Nirav. Yeah. We are some number. Acha, one thing. Listen. Now, next. See, today is Tuesday. And next Thursday I'm here. Next Monday I go to the East Coast, and I'll be back on 14th or 15th of next month. To different places I'll have to move. So classes will be suspended from next Tuesday to onward.
14th or 15th.
14th or 15th, and then whatever next.
We will meet again on 18th of April.
18th.
Okay. I will send you.
So let us go and have some cup of tea. এই ওরা চলে গেছে না ওইটা কি দিয়ে দিও তো মা না ওই আমাদের মায়ের ও করে দাও হ্যাঁ বড় মা you got your friends.
I got a nice group of people here. Yes.
Very good, you brought your friends.
Yes, thank you.
Right. Thank you. Okay.
Alright, so come.
Yeah, come and let us go. Jaima. Oh, Adrija, where did you go? This is yours. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you.
Really?